Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stars Align Universe. Today's video is going to be for the fourth house placement in the birth chart, all signs, Aries to Pisces type reading. So, as always, please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not resonate, so only take what does and leave the rest for another person to claim. And please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a comment, or liking the video if it resonated with you. Okay. And what about the fourth house placement do we kind of need to know here? Okay. So the fourth house placement is kind of the placement of home and family, right? So your family, your lineage, all that good stuff. So if that's something you're interested, please stay tuned. Also, I'd like to just remind everybody, I do have a Ko-Fi account linked on my main profile and possibly in the description box. If you become a member, if you pay for the membership monthly for like the Stripe, like regular checkout with the credit card, then you have it at the purchase price until you cancel. However, if you were to use PayPal, it cancels at the end of each month. Unfortunately, that's just something, I guess, between PayPal and Ko-Fi. So if that's something you're interested in, Ko-Fi. You also, though, as a member, you get discounts to readings and specialized like tier membership discounts, pay what you want. And so I did reduce the prices kind of permanently. They will have a sale. They still have a sale until May 31st, 2026. However, they are reduced substantially. All right. So cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, cleanse the cards, the energy in the space. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask you to join me today in this reading for the fourth house placement, all signs, Aries to Pisces. Starting with Aries, ending with Pisces, one card for each, as always. All right. And then we'll also have elements and then the collective here as well, just so it's kind of like 3 readings in one. All right. So Aries to Pisces, fourth house placement. If you have fourth house placement in any of these signs, which obviously you probably would, Aries to Pisces, fourth house placement, that's family and home, etc., etc. What is there for Aries to Pisces? What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear in regards to their fourth house placement? Okay. Aries to Pisces, fourth house placement, please. Starting with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So, Aries, you have the 3 of Cups here. So definitely I'm seeing celebrations, parties, gatherings, social events, friendships. So for many of you, Aries, I do see you just like at home right now. If you have the fourth house in Aries, celebrations, get-togethers, all that kind of good stuff, a delight. Many of you may feel at harmony right now in your home family kind of situation, right? Um, Taurus, you have the Hierophant in reverse. So some of you may be a little bit rebellious, right? New approaches, free thinker. That may sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble in your home kind of situation, family, whatever. However, I do see that it's good for you to be a free thinker and kind of your own person, right? Gemini, you're the King of Swords, so definitely mental clarity, honesty, and truth, right? High standards, justice, power. I see for many of you with Gemini in the fourth placement, just being honest, really. It's an honest connection with everybody around you, or you're being honest, right? Cancer, you have the King of Wands. So definitely this kind of honorable, magnetic, innovative type of energy, very protective. So I could see you and your family being very protective of each other, right? That's always a good thing. And then, because protective is good, just not overprotective, right? Sometimes we have to let people learn on their own. Okay. Leo, you have the Devil in reverse. So some of you may be dealing with like dealing with like family issues, right? Maybe somebody has addictions, or it could be shopping. Don't like go down the hole too dark. But it could very easily be something like that, okay? And kind of releasing that or working together or addressing that kind of information, Um, if it's obviously leaving that behind, I see it may have been addressed for some of you. And if not, it will be addressed, okay? Virgo, you have the Knight of Cups. So very much like a kind of great, honestly, it's a very good family connection kind of feeling with that four of the fourth house, sorry. Um, I do see very kind of like charming, flirtatious type of energy if it's with a spouse, right? Libra, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So I do see a little bit of compromising type of energy, cooperation, resolving disputes, right? The communication really is what I'm seeing for you in your family connections, okay? Um, Sometimes it may feel a little bit of lack of building energy, but that's just the disputes, right? The Knight of Wands for Scorpio, and that would be a little bit of frustration, possibly. Somebody may be passive, that could be you, or somebody could be reckless, right? And that may be causing a little bit of disturbance right now in your family type of connections, okay? Sagittarius, you have the 8 of Swords. So some of you may be feeling a little bit unproductive, something to do with family. I see it more of some of you Sagittarius in the fourth house may actually be trying to learn about your family and you've kind of hit a roadblock. Um, I see that maybe a little bit of an issue for someone. I don't know why that's showing up, but that's something what's showing up is you're running into kind of a wall, unsure of where to go. So yeah, that's kind of I'm seeing somebody maybe researching birth certificates, death certificates, what is it called? When you move into a country, it's not in certificates, but you know what I mean. When you um, leave one country to another, that kind of I have the name in my head, but I can't say because it's like halfway there. Anyways, Capricorn, you have the 2 of Cups, so I do see a very like um great connections within family or even a relationship, right? Just feeling at peace, unified love, or um I'm even getting this sense of like you love your family but you don't have to talk to them kind of energy is kind of what I get, like a new mutual respect from everybody. Okay, Aquarius, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you may actually be dealing with a little bit of frustration with some family, maybe some bad financial decisions in the family that has to be addressed, or maybe some missed chances, losing the opportunity to buy a house for some reason is showing up for somebody. And then with the 10 of Wands in reverse for the Pisces, too much responsibility breakdown, lacking the will to go on. So some of you may be taking on too much in your family, and you may need to actually have a moment and step back for yourself. Okay. It's not a problem to ask for a break sometimes when you need one. Okay. So that's something that's being recognized for you. All right, so let's go fire, earth, air, water. One card for each, please, for the fourth house placement. Fire, earth, air, water, fourth house placement. Okay, fire, earth, air, water, fourth house placement. Fire, earth, air, water. Okay, so fire signs. Overall, you could have the King of Swords in reverse. So a little bit of injustice maybe in type of family or relationship type of connections. Okay. What I mean by that is might be a little bit of lack of structure or rational or cold, or just somebody isn't necessarily seeing the bigger picture or something. Okay. Earth signs, you have the 2 of Cups in reverse. So I do see a little bit of disagreements, unstable relationships, and disharmony could be for some of you, not all of you. Air signs, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So a little bit of disappointment could even be happening in family or relationship connections. Okay. And then water signs, you have the Temperance in verse. So I see a little bit of imbalance, recklessness, extremity. Self healing might be something very important for some of you water signs in the family dynamic. You can only be as strong. Like your family can only be as strong as the weakest link, right? And if you're the weakest link and you know it, you might be self healing. doesn't mean that you're actually the leakiest weakest link. Some of you may be crying a lot in silence. It's okay, water signs. Um, but what I meant is like you may not actually be the weakest link. You may actually be the strongest link, but you may feel weak. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you're not. You could be very, very strong. And I do know many water signs to be actually a lot stronger than they appear. So collective energy for the fourth house. What is the collective energy, please? For the fourth house. One card, please, for the collective energy for the fourth house. What is the collective energy for the fourth house, please? What is the collective energy for the fourth house? So we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and that is a little bit of postponement type of energy, chaos, losing momentum. Some of you may not be prepared for some kind of move or something or changes. I see some of you maybe a little bit hesitant towards some changes in your family dynamic. Okay, so that's all I really see here. If that resonated, great. If not, please throw it away for another person to claim. As always, I appreciate you. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.